All right, guys, let's unpack. I'm on my way home, but I had to do this. So I just got done watching the series Who the TF Did I Marry? I watched the whole 50 parts. If y'all have not seen it, run over there and check it out, because it's deep. It's real deep. We're watching a series, and the whole series, I had a whole bunch of questions that was answered that I was asking myself. And the number one question, because let me say this, I was asking these questions because the number one thing that kept coming up for me was how some of her scenarios and situations kind of mirrored mine. And the first question I asked, which was like a really in-depth, important question, was, I wonder, did she have or did she know of a healthy relationship between a man and a woman? Now, let me put up a disclaimer. I'm not in any way talking bad about the young lady, or in any way am I, saying anything against her, because I did not have an example of a healthy relationship between a man and a woman. Well, first of all, I did not have a healthy relationship with myself. Let's start there. How many of us, this is a question that I'm answering, and you leave me a comment. How many of us, or how many people do you know don't have healthy relationships with themselves, but get into other relationships and be trying to figure out why it don't work? Like, I've had people in my life who say, everybody they meet has been no good. Everybody they meet wasn't no good. Everybody they meet wasn't the right person for them. And then, especially, this is something that especially happened when I was dating, that men would always do. They would talk about their exes and put them in such horrible light. Until I got older and I started thinking to myself, why is that everybody's fault? Why is everybody else's fault? Excuse me. Why is everybody doing you so bad? Why is everybody, some of the men would love to say, oh, I just keep picking the wrong one and blah blah blah. Because I myself never, like I said, never had a relation, never seen or been exposed to a healthy relationship to know what that was before I started dating him. I wasn't sit down and talked about it. I wasn't talked to about boundaries. I wasn't talked to about how I should be treated. I had no examples, which is one of the main reasons why I wind up dating the type of guys that I dated and married the type of person that I married, because I do not have any examples of anything. I didn't have any examples of positive male role models. I didn't have no examples of communication, proper communication. I had none of those. So, and to looking at her story, I was trying to really figure out, or not figure out, but I wondered, like, if we had proper examples of healthy relationships and so forth, I really do not believe that we would have went through a lot of things that we went through if we had those. And another thing that struck me in her story is, as she said, the United Nations of red flags is what she said. Oh, I'm kind of crooked. Let me turn it this way. All right, that's better. What she said, the United Nations of red flags. And how she had these red flags I'm sorry, before she married him, but she was like, I just wanted to be married and I wanted to work out. In my case, I didn't have any red flags until after I married him, when things started popping up and didn't add up. And in my case, I was surrounded by, that's your marriage. You get a divorce, you know, you're going to mess them kids up. You need to stay together for the kids. That's what I got. Niggas say that didn't last too long because, you know. But what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that if you or somebody that you knew, or just a popular opinion, that if there was more examples of healthy relationships for men and women, because it's men go through this too, it ain't just women, would we or somebody you know, whoever, go through a lot of the things in relationship wise as, let me rephrase that, if you had an example or somebody you knew, or if there was more examples of healthy relationships, would people go through what this young woman went through, or go through anything, if they knew what a healthy relationship looked like? And I mean, like, as far as, yeah, you're gonna have arguments, but you get through them, stuff like that. But in my personal opinion, and I'm not saying that you necessarily, well, I guess I was saying that, but I'm saying, like, even if I was sit down and told, if a man does this, or if a man don't do this, or, you know, let someone validate your feelings, if however you feel about something, talk to that person. You know, if I was sit down and told a lot of those things at my impressionable young age, I would have not married who I married, and I would have not been in so many countless hurtful and destructive relationships when I was dating. Because I myself have never been in a healthy relationship. I have a healthy relationship with myself, but I have never been in a healthy relationship. So let me know. Leave me a comment below if you feel like what I'm saying has some validation, or if you disagree with it, let me know. But I think I want to start talking about this more. Like, what happens if more parents or more people would take responsibilities and be like, hey, when you're dating, this is what you look for, this is what you don't look for, this is what you do, this is what you don't let happen. Let me know what y'all think about that, and leave me a comment so I can continue this conversation. Truth be told, I'm probably going to continue this if I'm even talking to myself, but let me know, guys.